Everybody, welcome everybody to today's event. We're just going to share a few housekeeping information before we make a start. We have live language interpretation available in this session. And if you would like to access that, just look at the bottom of your screen. You see an icon of a globe, which if you read in English, it says interpretation. Click the language that you would like to see. So if in my case, you want to understand interpretation in French, you want interpretation in French or in Spanish, click that. You can also click mute original audio to only hear the interpreted language. We also have closed captioning available, and that's available in English. And to access that, click on live transcript. So if you're looking at the bottom of your screen, that's a bit to your right-hand side. On my screen, I see it just before the reaction button. Click on live transcript, then click on show subtitle. To view the full transcript, click on view full transcript.
Vous pouvez également demander à voir le transcrit en intégral.
You can also change the size of the text, and you can do that by clicking subtitle settings and change to large if you would like that. You can also change your name. People might want to do that for a variety of reasons, including security reasons. And to change your name, click on the participants button, which is again at the top, which is again at the bottom of the Zoom window. So if you click on participants, you see all of the participants. Find your own name. You can hover over your name, click on rename, right click on rename, and enter the name you'd like to appear in the Zoom meeting. So just want to give you a few seconds to be able to do that. And we want to encourage everybody who is here, if you are not already an AWID member, please join our global feminist community. And you can do that by visiting our website, awid.org. We have so many exciting initiatives planned for our members next year. Some of you may have already attended some of our incredible film screenings through our Feminist Film Club, which we launched this year. Next year, we are launching a book club. There's so many ways in which we're going to be deepening our engagement with our members, and so we invite you all to join us. Welcome, everybody. Welcome again. My name is Nana Dakmo-Sechiama. It's good to have so many of you introduce yourself in the chat. If you haven't yet introduced yourself, please go ahead and tell us who you are, where you're connecting from, your interest in this conversation. I just want to share a little bit of background information about the activity we're doing today. Just to contextualize today's event for all of us, we are holding this collage workshop with the incredible Ika Vantiani, who is an Indonesian feminist activist. She's been participating in AWID's Virtual Artist in Residency program, and we've worked with her to conceptualize this activity and this event, which I am super excited by. Since 2012, AWID has been commemorating and remembering and honoring feminist activists who are no longer with us. We've done this in a variety of ways. We've done this through artistic performances, through articles, through a whole range of storytelling, and some of our in-person events, like at our past forums. And we've also done this every line by building an online tribute to activists we've lost. We believe that we stand on the shoulders of giants, and it's really important to us to honor the legacies of our feminist ancestors. We wouldn't have the freedoms that we have today if it wasn't for the work that those who have led the way did. And so this event is also an opportunity for each of us to bring the memories of our feminist ancestors into this space, to remember them, to honor them, to commemorate them. The past, 2 years have been especially hard. and we've lost even many more people in the past 2 years. And so we felt it was really important to create space for us to honor the legacies of those who have gone before us. I want to say a huge thank you to Ika for having worked with AWID over the past few months. I'm super excited by this activity to come, and we are going to start by screening a really exciting conversation between Ika and Yanko, a feminist rapper from Indonesia. So handing over to my colleagues to show us that incredible film before we get into the collage workshop.
Hello. Welcome to this celebrating the legacy of our feminist ancestors. I'm Ika Fantiani, an avid feminist artist in residence. Tonight, I'm doing this inside of a studio, wearing a white shirt with a ruffle dress in a flower black pattern, sitting in a gray sofa with a kind of background with a brown kind of color with a wood panel like the desk, and also I have this side lamp with me. And for tonight, we are going to pay tribute and celebrate the feminist and human rights defenders that already passed away but still inspired us until now. And we're going to talk about that through collage making. Why collage? Because to me personally, I found collage as a very empowering art making technique. Through its accessibility and methods, it provides anyone can make art, and also not only make art as an expressions of our emotions, but also we can do a lot of statements through our art with collage. But before we start making the collage itself, I'm going to invite a friend of mine, Yako, to join us tonight for this celebration. Hi, Yako.
Hi, Ika. How are you? How you been?
Good. Thank you so much. It's
Yep.
been awesome to see you, by the way. We haven't seen each other for so long.
Yes, it's good to be here. And yes, we haven't seen each other for quite some times, like because of the pandemic, right?
Of course.
Because of the pandemic, it reduced our mobility and everything like that. But it's so good to be here. Especially, I get to show off this T-shirt.
Yeah.
This T-shirt is actually made by Ika, right? Would you mind telling me what this is all about?
It says change the explanation of the word women inside of Bahasa Indonesia dictionary. So it's a work that I started in 2018, where I make a research project on the history of the word women
Right.
in our dictionary.
Mhm.
And this T-shirt is one of the work as part of that project that I launched, I think, last year for Women's March.
Yes.
But through that T-shirt, actually, then we also provide a way for public to join this conversation and to also involve in questioning the government and actually why this the way they describe the word women in our dictionary, most of them are only referring to women's genitalia. Pretty much, it's only talk about women in terms of as a part of reproduction system, but not talking about women less as a human being itself.
Right.
So
right.
actually, that I'm so glad I see you with that T-shirt.
Yeah,
though.
I'm so proud of wearing this because it represent the issue that that I think not everyone is aware of. So having you making this T-shirt really, really, brings it out to the public, and this is something that we should talk about.
That's true. Thank you so much. I'm so glad
Right,
because they
yeah.
finally did change that. The way they,
Awesome.
they literally like changed the definition, the description, although only in this online version of the dictionary. But I think that's such a big progress already.
It's still something. It's still something. That means through art, you can create. It can push some actions.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true. That's true.
That's
So,
how art can be really powerful.
and also tonight we're going to also use art to talk about those works by the previous feminists and human rights defenders, people that we aspire to be what we are today.
Yeah.
For example, I think if I may ask, who's the name of the previous or ancestors feminists that you're familiar to?
Okay. Well, during the elementary school, I grew up listening and reading the history of Ibu Kartini, Ibu Dewi Sartika, Kamala Hayati, Cut Nyak-Dien, and then Maria Walawas Maramis. And I think those feminist ancestors, those are the names that I am familiar with. And then throughout reading their history, I feel that their contribution to the women these days is really, really powerful because they fight for the empowerment. They try to educate the women surrounding them during that era is really, really difficult. I mean, this era is already difficult.
Yep.
Comparing to them, I think it's way, way, way more difficult because they live in the era where so there's a lot of social constructions, even still these days, right? And where in Java, women can only do three things. 3M, we call it. Macak, it's called doing makeup for themselves. And then masak, to cook. And then manak is to have children. So knowing that they only, the people or the society only limit their activities for doing that, and they try to fight that, that's just awesome.
Yeah.
And I think it inspire a lot of more and more women these days. And I think you have your own version of the feminist ancestor that you have at the moment that inspire you.
Yeah.
Do you mind telling me who that is?
Sure. I think I'm thinking about this feminist that are pretty close to me in terms of still had the opportunities to know this person personally, because I think she just passed away recently. It's Ibu Tuti Herati.
Right.
I'm so inspired and adore her, not only through her works, but also even I love the way she dressed. I love the way that she's being an entrepreneur, but also scholar and a patron for a lot of artists. The way she create a gallery where host a lot of exhibition by women's artists and on women, that's I think very important, right?
Yes.
So, but apart from that, I think each of us has that one particular feminist, right? That we found very inspiring, and we feel that they've been showing us the way, right? They've been showing us how the way they fight, the way they claim their space, and how I think today we are going to celebrate that through collage making. But before that, I am also very excited to finally able to show the world how awesome you are.
Thank you.
Through your performance. So everyone, before we start, I'm going to give the stage to Yako to perform a song.
Hands off. Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Thank you very much, Ika. Right. Well, today I'm going to perform 3 songs. The first song that I'm going to perform is Hands Off. This song, I created this song back in 2017. And it's also the starting point where I create this Hands Off movement. Hands Off tells a story basically to create awareness to fight sexual harassment in the street, in every public spaces. And I create this gesture where it's like this, hands off, to keep away or to say no to anyone who's doing the sexual harassment to us. So hopefully you can understand the message of the song, because this is for all the women out there. Right. Master. Get ready for this. Yeah. Sounds the alarm to fight all the sexual harassment in this world. Hands up. Because wanna have fun, that's what you do. There's no limitation, no what I can ever do. Work hard, pay my bill, I'm many myself, and it's too cool. Get up, to get us box there, top set the gut rule. Crowd service, stage stepping, walking like we like to do. But when the fuck we got your head and nothing, thank you. But if you talk nobody, but what I say is fuck you. What will your hand go? I'm kicking her as a nurse to you. My body is not for you, because without my concern, now you feel my touch, got to stop to my bracket, cause what I wear is my room. My feet are present, skirt, I'm not an invitation too. I am a all you live on me, don't act like you do. Just a smile on Monica, not so to see you. You do A, you do B, that's something that I love you. And no trick and no surprise, we simply show Just don't owe you. Don't owe you. You get it? Hands off. Keep your hands on me. 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 Whatever I will do my own business. Shut your one sentence away. Keep your penis. Don't act like I'm made up for you. I don't ask for your valuation based on the way I dress. You have no right to see me that way that I am addressed. I never deserve to be away because of how much you see. In fact, you don't assault your mother, sister, or no matter of how much you see. So that you better sex yourself. I don't ask for it, and they don't ask for it. So stop staring at me and mind your own fucking business. Get call. Is that how you do that? Is that how you make someone? I tell your mama, see me, man, my life, you'll be so sad. Got my car smart for, but why you ain't so smart? Why think you buy your degree in a mini mart? Ain't no computer game, no cheat code, and then you win. So you get a mixed signal. You better check your brain. Hands off. Keep your hands on me. 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 Everybody, let's just fight all this sexual harassment to everyone. I said hands up. 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 Drop it. Hands up. Keep your hands on me. 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 I said hands up.
Hello, hi. Now, that's Yako, everyone. Thank you so much, Yako, for the performance. It's always so good to see Yako perform live. She never lost the power and the way she, of course, I love the way she write the lyrics based on her life as a woman in Indonesia, and I think it's very relatable and everything. So that I think it's a good start for us before we start going to make this collage that we're going to make today. But before, I would like to share some of the tips and tricks that I learned during my collage making journey. I'm a self-taught artist for 10 years, for more than 10 years. And from this experiences, I learned there are some things that about collage making, what I said in the previous story, that how empowering that is. I think that during some of the findings that I do on collage making, I found it to be good in terms of a part of we can always use what we have around us, like just the glue, the scissor, and the available materials. So I think, but apart from that, what makes also collage is interesting, because let's say if we talk about drawing, we start from not having any visuals, and when we draw it, we have the visuals. While for collage, is actually we use the available visuals out there, right? And we like get it or take it and use it for our work. While sometimes that
it's not exactly what we want or what we have in mind, but then the challenge again is how to modify it to be able to be used in our art or in our collage. So I think the most, what do I call it, the most fun part is actually the hunting of the visuals. And after that, I would say that it's also important to choose the base of the collage paper that you're going to use. Of course, if it's white or it's a neutral color, make sure that the choices of the, for example, if you have the base of the collage paper something as plain as white, of course, then everything you put on top of it is like very obvious, right? Just that's really good. But sometimes that it's also good to try to use other colors and colorful base color, which that's also okay. Just make sure that it's highlighted the piece of the collage that you're going to put on top of it. I also get several questions regarding the free copyright or use the if using someone else's visuals out there gitu ya, is it okay, or the risk of being, you know, is it like stealing or the copyright issue and everything. My tips usually just make sure that you do not use like the whole image. Just make sure that you pick one or two image cutouts. Let's say if it's a full body, just get the leg or get the eyes, you know, so the original visual is not again being noticeable because you just pick and choose several elements only. And of course, first of all, sometimes when people make collage for the first time, they do not know where to start. One of the tips that I used to share is actually we can start by just going through pages and pages of pictures. If there's a used magazines or newspapers or whatever you have available around you, and just get all the beautiful or something that in terms of attract your eyes instantly. So we can start from that. And after that, after all the visuals are being selected, and then we can try to make a story out of it. So from all the visuals that we have, we can start to make an arrangement of all the visuals and select and look and the explorations of what can I create from this. Then of course after that we cut each of them, and of course the gluing part is interesting because as we all know, we might feel like glue something is easy, but actually when we talk about collage, it could be pretty tricky because there are several kinds of glue and there are several kinds of paper that just how do I say it? It's very, it's too thin for glue. So I think it's very good also to choose our glue carefully before we use it for our collage. And the last, I would always remind you to take pictures of, document your work and scan it, even after if you publish in your social media. So that's pretty much the tips and trick that I learned so far in collage making. So now I would like to share you, like I said earlier, that I would like to make a tribute piece collage on Ibu Tuti Herati. Ibu Tuti Herati is really special to me also because I get the opportunity to encounter her in several times of events where I curate an exhibitions in her gallery. And I met her, and to see, what do I say, how do I say it? The way I see she create a space, a safe space for women, for other artists, the way she acknowledge her privilege to empower other person, I think is very empowering. And even I think in such a old age, she's still very active. She's an entrepreneur. She also a scholar. She has 2 daughters. So this whole thing, to be able to see that, to me personally is very inspiring. And it's like I like to be her when on her age. So first, I would like to show you the visuals of Ibu Tuti Herati that I already choose. It's this one. I hope you can see it. I choose it in black and white so that when I choose the visuals of the collage, it could be stand out. So that's why. So I choose this. This is Ibu Tuti Herati. And of course, I also invite you to start making your own. If you have already the feminist that you have in mind that you would like to make a tribute today, the collage, please also start making your own, while we can have conversations during the making of my collage also. And apart from this main visuals of Bututi, I also pick this one visuals of two women dancing. I think it's very perfect to show that to me personally, like, among women being together, holding hands, dancing, having fun. And I think it's exactly how I see Bututi also, with the way she, when we used to have an exhibition in her space, the way she talked to us. And also, one of the most, I think, memorable part about her to me is the way she do her hair. So in Indonesia, we have this several, I don't know, we call it like a bit like bun, like, we call it sanggul. So these two, so Bututi always put her hair like this. I think that's, very impressive, because I know how not easy to make such a, arrangement of a hair like this. But she always put her hair like this. And I think it's also interesting that to still to be able to see women in Indonesia, especially in Jakarta, to still doing her hair like that, I think is very important. Because me personally, I do not even remember to see women in my daily life now in Jakarta with such a hair, which is that's actually our Indonesian women way that we make our hair. So, and apart from that, I have several other visuals also here. I have flower here. I have also think of having some pine trees, because the name of her gallery is actually Six Pine Trees. So that's pretty much so far the image that I've collected, that I'm going to start and try to make an arrangement on Ibu Tuti Herati. So do also gather your tools and materials. And while we are having and doing this collage, we're going to play some of the songs that I curate also on the word women, because I have this project called Word for Women, and I make a playlist on that to show that when we talk about women and the language, and how that apparently in pop songs or songs in Indonesia, the way that word related with women also being explored differently with variety of message and everything. So now let us make our collage together while listening to some of the songs.
seluas samudra. Ada ketegaran dalam kelembutan perempuan. Ada kelembutan dalam ketegaran. Jiwa perempuan menara kesetiaan, kawan dalam suka, teman dalam duka. Kesabaran perempuan setinggi angkasa. Ada kelembutan dalam ketegaran perempuan. Ada ketegaran dalam kelembutan. Hargailah perempuan sebagaimana kau menghargai dirimu. Cintailah perempuan sebagaimana kau mencintai kehidupan. Jiwa perempuan menara kesetiaan, kawan dalam suka, teman dalam duka. Kesabaran perempuan setinggi angkasa. Ada kelembutan dalam ketegaran perempuan. Ada ketegaran dalam kelembutan. Sebagaimana kau menghargai dirimu. Cintailah perempuan sebagaimana kau mencintai kehidupan.
berbisa, merah rona vagina, perangkap ratu kobra. Dia berikan hadiah yang kau minta, jadikan baginda buatmu bahagia. Kau tertawa riang, tak sadar jadi tumbal. Yang kau pikir hanyalah, kau jangan sampai tumbal. 1 ronde, 2 ronde, 3 sudah kode. Terhisap makin jauh, kau hilang makin larut. Dalam pelukannya kau harus berkuasa, tapi tumpul otakmu karena biji yang kau asah. Liar mata beraksi lebih tajam dari pena hitam dengan 1000 jam terbang. Dengar bibir bersaksi, aku yang paling setia dibanding Meki yang lain. Dusta, ratu kobra. Dusta, ratu kobra. Dusta, ratu kobra. Dusta, ratu kobra. Begitu kau tahu, begitu kau jauh, pelindung pun jatuh, tertipu kau hancur. Lalu terlihat wajah di balik topengnya. Dulu terpikat, kini tak lagi kau nekat. Namun tertatih, kau tak mampu lari. Kau terlalu naif, kau terlanjur jadi budak membludak pikiran di otak. Sudah kau buat, tak ingin lagi dusta. Dari sarang laba-laba memangsamu lama-lama, memaksa ke jalan-jalan terasa tak tentu arah lupa. Jalan lalu modar sudah terciduk ratu kobra. Biar mata beraksi lebih tajam dari pena hitam dengan 1000 jam terbang. Dengar bibir bersaksi, aku yang paling setia dibanding Meki yang lain. Liar mata beraksi lebih tajam dari pena hitam dengan 1000 jam terbang. Dengar bibir bersaksi, aku yang paling setia dibanding Meki yang lain. Dusta, ratu kobra. Dusta, ratu kobra. Dusta, ratu kobra. Dusta, ratu kobra. Malu-malu belati, diam-diam berbisa, merah rona vagina, perangkap ratu kobra. Malu-malu belati, diam-diam berbisa, merah rona vagina, perangkap ratu kobra. Ada janda atau perawan, kelihatannya masih sekal. Emang ada menawan, ibarat mangga masih mengkal. Abang duda udah lama, orang lihat masih keker. Umur tua tampangnya muda, nenek-nenek pada ngiler. Perawan ketemu caka juga bisa, jaka ketemu janda bisa, perawan ketemu duda bisa, perawan jaka duda janda sama saja soal biasa. Nggak peduli adik janda, saya juga duda muda. Kalau memang udah cinta, nggak peduli mulut buaya. Ada janda atau perawan, kelihatannya masih sekal. Memang ada menawan, ibarat mangga masih mengkal. Abang duda udah lama, orang lihat masih keker. Umur tua tampangnya muda, nenek-nenek pada ngiler. Perawan ketemu caka juga bisa, jaka ketemu janda bisa, perawan ketemu duda bisa, perawan jaka duda janda sama saja soal biasa. Nggak peduli adik janda, saya juga duda muda.
Okay, so that's the playlist, the whole playlist that I just created, actually based on that word for women. So the title of each of the songs are about women in several kind of languages: Bahasa Indonesia, English, and other languages. I hope you like the playlist. And now I think I just finished my piece here. Um, I certainly hope some of you are also already finished. Maybe I would like to share first the choices of image that I do here. This is, of course, Bu Tuti Herati, the the feminist ancestors that I very inspired to. And this is, I choose this flower because if you see there are the two sides of it. I think the one with these two sides of a flower, I think she's not only blooming for herself, but also help other women to bloom also. And this is the two dancers to show sisterhood, the holding hands, the dance, having fun together, support each other. And I choose this big half wings because I believe that the previous feminists actually help and support the younger feminists to fly higher, to be better. That's why actually they provide to us. And here, like the seeds here, of course, actually what they do, like for me, what Ibu Tute Herati do is actually she planted the seeds for me to be able to fight, to celebrate myself, to have freedom as a woman in Indonesia as I am, inspired like to the way she's doing it. And this is the woman with the particular hair style that Bututi always wear also in her daily life. And this is my favorite, actually, the last part. If you see this, actually like how do I call it? It's from the desert, like this particular shape and particular trail that we usually see in that desert. But actually, I think that it's also to show that her path, like she has so many roads to take. She decides to be so many things in one time. I think that's very inspiring. Of course, as we all know, it's not easy, but to me personally, she makes it big time. So this is pretty much the explanations of the collage that I make about Ibu Tuti Herati. So now I would like to ask any of you if you like also to share your work with all of us. If some of you are like even half finished, it's okay. You can tell us and share us the story behind your work and the several other materials of pictures that you might still looking for at the moment. But please do share. I would love to hear your stories on your feminist ancestors that you aspire to be. Thank you. Thank you, Ami. I would like to also welcome Dea. Hi, Dea. It's wonderful to have you tonight making collage with me.
I love watching you making them.
Thank you.
I'm not doing
Actually
anything right now.
singing and also singing and dancing actually while listening to the playlist while making this.
It was amazing, the playlist, especially the one about the widowed woman.
I
In
know,
Indonesia,
right?
in
I
Indonesia,
know.
widowed women are very sexualized, hyper-sexualized actually, and it just gives me all that vibe.
I know, right? It's so impressive, the lyric, right? And it's like such an old song, kan? So it's even better. They used to make songs like that. Just that's really awesome about widowed
Yeah.
men and women, right? So anyone would like to share their work or the half done, it's okay too. Or just the idea that they're thinking of making. I think the challenge for me personally tonight is actually to be able to find um, visuals that be able to tell my story on Bututi. Because tonight I think I only have a very limited materials. I only bring up like one magazine to just to look for the visuals for my collage. But I think this is pretty much could deliver several messages that I would like to convey on her. So yeah, Ami, if you like to share, that's okay too, although you're still like almost done. Hi, Cami. Wow, look at that. Cami, would you like to share your story, your collage?
I'll try to share. I have my kiddo here with me, but this image actually I took from out of the out of the Feminist Realities magazine. It was a piece about Armenian freedom fighters in history, and I think that's the only amount of explanation I can give that my child will allow me to. My apologies.
Hi, Sana. Thank you so much, Cami, for sharing. Okay. Anybody else who would like to share also their work or the plan that the collage they're going to make, or just this like particular this feminist ancestor you aspire to?
Emmy wants to share. I think that's good.
Oh, hi, Ami.
Hi. So actually, it's not already done yet, but I tried to show you to y'all. So this is the figure that I choose. Hopefully, you can see it well. Her name is Marcina. So she is a female activist from the labor organizations. She is a watchmaker employee labor, so she is struggling much with her leading to have a labor demonstrations and shout out for some protest in the year of 1993. But actually, she has to pay her struggle with her death. So she's been killed, and until now, her issue is already recorded in international labor organizations for the human rights clauses. And until now, she is still on the top line issue in the newspaper on the headlines when we celebrate the International Labor Days on May, because her death is on May 8, 1993. So she is Marcina. That's all maybe for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ami, for sharing. Yeah, I think I could totally also understand why Ami decided to make a tribute piece on Marcina, because yeah, I think we all as a women in Indonesia, I still remember what happened to her and like the consequences for her to speak up, and how like until today, I think if I'm mistaken, the person who did it to her is not yet being found. And we all know that that's one way or some of other ways of the authority to make us not quiet, but more like just do the things that they would like us to do, like just to obey and just being a woman, a labor like Marcina. I think she has problems with her working hour, for example, and other facilities. But once she speak up, then she got punished like that. So, yeah, I think to make a tribute piece on her by Ami, I really like that. Thank you, Ami. Okay. Anybody else would like to share their work? I think I'm going to have like this one more person to be able to share their piece. If anyone would like to share. And of course, after this, we can all like post this piece that we make on our social media account and share the story if some of you not even finished yet tonight. It's okay. Anyone? Okay. If it's nobody would like to share their work or story, then I think I just want to say that I've been doing a lot of workshops on women with women, and I think this is the first time actually I did it like this, like in a sense of an event, international, with lots of new friends, old friends, and I just want you to know that it make me very happy because it's very, I think it's very inspiring for me personally as an artist tonight to be able to articulate myself in collage. I've been doing that so many times, but this is the first time ever actually I did this kind of a workshop with this kind of concept, talking about the feminist that I aspire to. So I'm really happy that I really certainly hope that you also enjoy the process of making collage, because I always believe that if some of you here, like, you never make collage before, this is your first time, if you like the process, you will always come back to it and make another collage and trying another style and everything. So I really do hope that you enjoy making it. And again, of course, I would like to thank everyone to join the workshop, to have this conversation with me. Thank you everyone in AWID. And I think that, oh yeah, sure. Anybody would like, Jennifer would like to share? Sure. Please do. For Tamarak, right? Or Jennifer? Anyone? I've seen so many names already. Hi.
Hi, I'm so happy to be with you all. Thank you so much for hosting. Very grateful. I was making actually something for a young ancestor.
Cool.
I really believe also our girls have a lot to teach us. So I've made her some postcards that I've done. Underneath the collage is three messages hidden, which is be vast, be limitless, be fearless. Wow. And so then I'm adding different images that are all just intended to inspire her and keep her going. Thank you.
Wow, I love it. I love all the words, like, we deserve poems and feel all the feels. That's so good. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Pleasure.
That is so wonderful, like, for the young ancestors. Wow. Thank you. Okay, so anyone else would like to share also? Tamarak, you would like to say something? You said if there's time, of course, still have time.
Hi. I can't get my video going, but I just want to say that I am so empowered by watching you this morning and seeing your beautiful art and knowing that you were, and that song, and knowing that you're setting up something for us all to do some art. I've been busy with work I'm doing with my World Pulse sisters as I was just listening to the beautiful music, and it's just so important what you're doing this morning of honoring ancestors, because one of the tactics of the patriarchy is to continually erase the work that women do. And the only ones who are going to carry this forward are women. So congratulations. And my heart's just full knowing that you're putting this on for us all this morning. I'm 72 and I've been a feminist activist since 1968. So this just gives me such joy.
Thank you so much, Tamar. It gives me so much joy also to hear about your feelings about this event, because I personally also feel that in Indonesia, there are so many efforts to erase the previous women's writers, journalists, activists to be acknowledged and to be known, or for their work to be even recognized by the younger generation. There are so many ways to do that to them. So I think, like what you said, for us, the younger generations, to be able to carry their work, their name, their story, and share it and share it to the younger ones, I think it's really important, as much as important as sharing it to our girlfriends or our friends, or because, like I said, there are so many ways that women's voice try to be shot and to be, politicized, and the narration from women, it's always like very important. It's always, of course, very important also to give each other space to speak, to express each other's, and appreciate and respect that. So thank you so much. Okay, yeah, for anyone who asked for the playlist, we put the playlist on the chat link. I'm so glad that you love it. And now, any other person would like to share what maybe their opinion about tonight, about today, the event, or just about anything that you've been experiencing and enjoy during our session, before we are going to see and enjoy another performance by Yako after this. All right then. If there's nobody else would like to share their opinion or story, okay, I would like to then say thank you again to everyone who attended, to everyone at Awit, to Yako, of course, to everyone in the studio. Thank you so much for your support. There's no way I could do this without all of you here. And after this, we're going to see the performance by Yako again. And I certainly hope you enjoy. Okay, bye.
As part of this closing, I would like to perform these two songs, Tell Your Story and FYBF. Tell Your Story is about my story as women having multiple roles. And, sometimes how we cannot tell our story as it is because of the social construction. So I hope this story inspire all of you to, tell your story, because nobody can hold you down. And the second song is FYBF, is acronym for the Fuck Your Bad Vibes, where I say protest to misogynies and the patriarchy. And I hope, and how sometimes they can ruin our good vibes. So I say those words to all of the, people who have that mentality. And again, I would like to say thank you very much for Ika and also Awit for having me here. God bless. Let's go. Tell your story. To all the women out there who have multiple roles, working long hours, tired nights, and early mornings, I salute you. Yo, bangun pagi dengan tanganku selalu kau genggam, bergegas mandi lalu lanjut dengan sarapan, berangkat ke sekolah kau duduk di boncengan, sampainya kau turun dan lari lambaikan tangan, tersenyumku melihatmu, gadis kecilku, anak perempuan beranjak remaja, terbayang saat kau lahir ke dunia. Ku tahu kau pelipur lara buatku lupa masalah. Lanjut ke tujuan berikutnya, lewati jalanan ibu kota, belah kemacetan. Sampainya di kampus, I say to my class, good morning class. They say good morning miss, and then we start the class. Some are still clueless, some know what they wanna be.
Some really want to learn, some here just for a degree. And I once read that Dalai Lama says, when educating the mind, you must not forget about educating the hearts. Cause what's good if you're really smart, tapi sayangnya untuk bantu orang lain terasa berat. I'm a woman, it's my story, playing different roles and I do it daily. All the struggles I have, all the problems I face, make me who I am, this is what I am. I'm a woman, it's my story, playing different roles and I do it daily. All the struggles I have, all the problems I face, make me who I am, this is what I am. 6:30 p.m. Hi baby, how was your day? How was school today? I've done my homework, mama. Can we check it together? Okay, Chiba. Of course, Chiba. Let's check it together. Forget about dinner, forget about hot shower. It can be done later. And I still like when we play what do I keep. Although I realize that sleep ain't cheap. She start asking me a question. Sleep ain't cheap. Mama, why you never turn American? Menurut kamu tatoan agamanya apa? Lalu kamu bilang apa? She says, itu kan mama aku. Itu bukan urusan kamu. Yang penting dia sayang aku. I feel like crying when I'm hearing that. And as I'm getting ready for a gig, she start asking me a question again. Mama, why you never look tired and cry? I feel tired sometimes and I cry. But when I am strong like you, no chimpap, you're the reason to my strength. And there goes my tears. There goes the shine we say it loud without no doubt. There are feelings out and we stand tall and we stand proud. Some people say she's a queen, but if she could, like, she control me. And I like her rhymes, got responses to my life so many times. She's just a few female in the game, she ain't that good, she's just aiming for fame. She's better out of the game, no need to proclaim. But hey, I don't need you to decide on my thing, cause what you know about me ain't no damn thing. But hey, they say all females end up being the same. I'll be writing and writing and writing raps every day, just to listen to just to rap along or to hate us and slay. I've been writing and writing and writing raps every day, just to listen to just to rap along or to hate us and slay. I'm a woman, it's my story, playing different roles and I do it daily. All the struggles I have, all the problems I face, make me who I am, this is what I am. I'm a woman, it's my story, playing different roles and I do it daily. All the struggles I have, all the problems I face, make me who I am, this is who I am. I'm a woman, it's my story, playing different roles and I do it daily. All the struggles I have, all the problems I face, make me who I am, this is what I am. I'm a woman, it's my story, playing different roles and I do it daily. All the struggles I have, all the problems I face, make me who I am, this is what I am. This is my story, so it's your turn to tell your story. Grow up as a fighter, be my own last great rider. Where I do it's none of your business. Get the fuck out of this every time my speed boom flow like fire. Pop that speed, I must spark your desire. What is it? Oh, it's the name you can count on. Rapping though, we go on and on. You know I got none but love the hip hop. I make the beat, you receive this beat. Got around the seats, waiting on the street. Mr. Cocky wants to play some trick. They ain't now all these ass shit, but wait. Why you wanna cheat if you got small dick? Get it? Why you wanna cheat if you got small dick? Give him the roll eye if you wanna fight. If you wanna fight, you better do it right. I don't shit my teeth to get me on side, but you better watch out, don't be so uptight. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me, fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me, fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Just me, you think it's alright? Look, think I'm terrified? Just me, fuck your bad boom. Push me and pull me. You think you can get me? What the fuck are you thinking? I'm misogynist, this is no priority. Looking for a door, I'm not looking for a boy. Hosting a run like a cowboy. Use my teriyaki as a decoy. girl. Man to not girl or just a plain rude. Hijacking go for like you want to. Bruising yourself by sewing anatomy. I'm not impressed, so go get lobotomy. I'm not your purpose towards every bottom. But man, know your face in the bottom. Should be my legs open and I kick like a sailor. You think I'm a Raymond? You think I'm a Raymond? But you need your inhaler? Fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes. Don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes. Don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes. Don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes. No, I ain't done yet. I ain't got no sweat. This ain't no jet. You said wanna bet? 5 minutes, not even wet. Too bad your girls cause I got paid net. Even my bed, they go to the pad. Can't put their back, so yeah, be scared. My friends, they go skate. But you're cheapskate. Don't act like trying to forget. Remember the time when we first met. You look at me, that it was with that. You look at me, that it was with that. I don't buy. Whatever you call me, I don't bite. Don't take a little, I'm a little right. When they make me after I can't stop, right? Making my way to the sky so high. Then you hate it, I be screaming for no! Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes. Fuck your bad vibes, don't fuck with me. Fuck your bad vibes.